Um, if you look at this table, right, at least I'm sure you can make sense out of this one. Um, let's just imagine someone who is trying to get information about a football game. Okay, so how many teams scored 0 goals in that football game? If we're trying to interpret it, we could say that 3 teams scored zero goals. And then, of course, if you look at the next line, you have um how many teams scored 1 goal? 8 teams. Okay. So frequency just simply helps us to the frequency table helps us to capture how many of each instances happened. Okay, so if
Mhm.
you can look at the goal scored on the left and then the frequency is on the right. Now, trying to get this table sometimes is part of what the question needs. So have you had enough practice doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, because once you can get the table out, I bet you getting the graph is usually secondary, it's very easy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Um so this is an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just take a look at this example. It says in in science, a primary school class grew pea plants and then counted the numbers of peas in a pod. It now says, what is the modal number of peas in a pod? Of course,
So
you know mode. Yes,
is,
can
is
you hear
m-
me?
yeah, I can hear you. I was gonna say, so mode is the most frequent number that shows up. So the mode
Yes.
in the table will be 5 as it shows up 11 times in the data.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, that's good. All right. So if you have to calculate the mean, can you do that?
So you would add 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 9, fif wait, 4 plus 9, 13, 13 plus 7, 20,
Yeah.
26,
Mhm.
37, and then 40. So
Excellent. Okay.
and then you do 40 divided by 1, 2, 6, 7. Is it
Um,
wait,
are you sure about that?
wait for mean?
Yes, for the mean, yes.
Do you not have to add up all of the numbers and then divide it by
So yes, so in this case, right, whenever you have a frequency table, the mean is slightly different. Okay. So
mm,
in this case, for you to calculate the mean, you would have to multiply the number of peas by the frequency. So for instance, uh, yes, you would get that 40. You keep your 40 by the side. But before you use the 40, you have to multiply the number of peas by the frequency. So for instance, the first one will be 0 times 2, 1 times 2, 2 times 9, 3 times 7. Maybe I should annotate it so you'll understand what I'm saying. So you do like this: 0 times 2, that's 0.
mm-hmm,
1 times 2, that's
mm,
2. 2 times 9, that's 18.
18.
Yeah. What else? 3 times 7, that's 21. Um, 4 times 6, that's 24. And 5 times 11, that's what? 55, right?
Yeah, 55.
Okay. And then finally, 6 times 3, that's 18.
18.
You know what you're going to do now? You're now going to add all these numbers up. After you add them up, then you can now divide by 40. That is the mean. Do you know why we had to multiply it? Can you
Mm-hmm.
guess why? Do you know why?
Um, wait, multiply. Pardon, can you repeat that?
Yes, I said,
Oh,
do you
to
know why we
multiply.
had yes, do you know why we had to multiply the
Mm-hmm.
number of keys by each one's frequency? Did you know why we had to do that?
Is it so like because if zero peas grew, then it wouldn't count as two peas growing. So that's why you have to times it, because if you done add, it would be two and it would be
Mm,
wrong.
okay. And then, of course, you can equally tell for this one the number of peas, one pea that occurred twice. So that would
Mm,
help us to know that the real count is two times. That's why you have to say one times two. Okay. And if you
okay.
apply that concept to the others, then it would make sense why you have to multiply them. Okay. All right. So um did you do any examples like this in class?
Yeah, kind of, but
Oh,
not really recently because
oh,
they've already moved on to another topic, but I haven't
mm,
done it yet.
oh, okay, 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 that's fine. All right. Okay, so I
Wait,
think this
you
is
know, in the frequency table, how would you work out the range?
okay, the range. Okay, so the range is simply the difference between the largest one and the smallest one. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so in this case, the largest is well, let's see. I've deleted that. Let me put it back. Sorry.
Is it
Ah, okay. Can you
is
see?
it is it the 5 times 11? That's the largest.
Yeah, yes, correct. That's it.
And then and then is it
Correct.
and then do you minus it by the zero?
Exactly.
So it'll
That's
be
it.
okay.
That should be the range. You got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to say. All right. So there we go. Okay. So I think um um okay. So we could get some practice with stem and leaf diagrams, right? But you could take a
Mm-hmm.
look at this one that's beneath here. They look very similar, right?
Mm-hmm.
The stem and leaf diagram. Okay. All right. So um, let's say we had this question, for instance. Um, oh, okay, no, let's examine a stem and leaf diagram so that we have an idea of what happens in it. So if you look at this guy that we have here,
Mm-hmm.
I see that basically we're just looking for an easy way to, represent our data, right? In a
Mm-hmm.
kind of, yeah, straightforward manner. Now, if you look at it carefully, look at the key. Every stem
Mm-hmm.
and leaf diagram has a key. 14 with that vertical bar 6 means 146. Okay, so that makes it kind of, how would I say, straightforward. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
for instance, now I have, if you really want to get the data out, that means the real data here is what? 146. The next one would be 149. Did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the line. Okay. The next
Mm-hmm.
one would be what? You can go to the
151
thank you, 151. And 151 somehow occurs twice, isn't it?
occurs twice, yeah. Wait,
That's why you
so will the modal score be 100 and 55 and 165 because 5 appears 3 times in both 16 and 15.
mm,
So there would be two
ye-
modal scores.
yes, yes, yes. That's a bimodal distribution. Yes, that's it. That's exactly what it's going to be. So yes, that's it for the mode. Then what would you say is the range?
So the range would be 174 minus
Mm,
146.
exactly, exactly, exactly. That's so the range is pretty easy to calculate here. All right. So how about the
Mm.
median?
So the
How about the
median, so
median?
you would have to like write all the numbers out and put them into order, and then find the middle number?
Exactly. Do you think that they are right now they are not in order the way they are? Do you think they are not in order already?
Oh yeah, they are in order. Wait, so
Ah, okay.
say like
So, yeah.
say like there's a median, like you have a median, and then
Mm,
there's an even amount of numbers. So say there's
mm,
four numbers. For the median,
mm.
would you have to add the two middle numbers? So say there was
And
uh
divide by
and then divide you would have to divide it by what?
two. You add the
Oh
two
yeah,
middle
and then you
divide
divide
by
it by.
two.
So say that was one, two, three, and four. Would you have to
Mm,
add two and three?
exactly. Yes, that's exactly what
But
you
then
need to do.
but then if there was one, two, three, four, five, would it just be three?
Yes, it will just be two. Yes, you're right
And
about
but
that.
do you have to divide it by two as well?
No, 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 no. There will be no need to divide it by two in that case. There will be
Okay.
no need.
So when it's a singular number, there's no need to divide it.
There's no need to divide it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. So, do you think you can figure out the median now? Let's count. Let's count how many. Uh, if we count it by the numbers here,
One
we
hun-
just count two, and
mhm.
then three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So obviously, there's an even number of data here. So that means we're going to have
There's
two numbers in the middle.
there's an even
So
number,
it's,
so
yeah. So where do you think it's going to
20.
happen? 22, right?
Would it be
So where
11?
do you think?
Would it be 11 and 12? Would it be the 11th and
Yes,
12th number that you have to add and then divide by two?
yes. So yes. So let's establish that. One,
So where's
two,
the
three, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 is this guy.
mm-hmm.
I put it, and then 12.
Oh, so
Okay.
it'll be 162 plus
Mm,
163 divided by
exactly.
two. So 162 plus 163
Mm-hmm.
uh, divided
Do
by
they let
two.
you
So
guys?
so it would be 162 again then, because when you add 162 and 163, then divide it by two, it's 162.
Okay, okay, that's good. All right. So I'm good to go. So yes, that's it. So that would be the median in that case. Yes. Okay. So so but then getting the stem and leaf diagram, it's quite straightforward to you, right? Can you do it?
Mm.
Can you if you are given data like this other question here, the one in the
Yeah,
previous question, let me if you
like
had stuff like this and you were
um,
to create the stem and leaf diagram, can you do it yourself?
I'm not sure actually. Wait. So what would I have to do? Would I have to put? So I would have to start with uh
Yeah,
the 50s then,
okay,
and then
okay,
I
that's
have
fine.
to, and then I have to put the key as well, right?
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, okay. The 50s are the seem to be the lowest here, right?
yeah, okay.
Okay,
I
so
know.
if we start with this, what will we have? That'll be five,
So yeah, five,
two,
two,
and what? And three, right?
three, three, six.
There's six.
There's a six as well,
Okay, okay, nice. I can see the six now. Yeah.
and
Okay,
that's
which
it.
other? That's
And
six,
then
right?
there's
Okay,
six and one,
and one. Okay, Mm-hmm.
and then there's 6 and 4.
And 4. Are you sure there's nothing between? Okay,
Is there?
good. All right. Okay, I see. Yes, 6 and
Mm,
4. Okay, what
And then
next?
there's a 6 and 5,
6 and 5. All right.
and then there's a
Okay,
6 and 8.
6 and 8. Good.
That's it.
Nice.
And then
Okay. Okay, so
there's
let's
a
go to
7. There's a
7.
7 and 0.
Good. Yes.
Um, 7 and 3.
7 and 3. Nice.
And then
Next.
there's a 7 and 7.
7 and 7. Next.
And then there's another 7 and 7.
Good. That's good. So we know we need to repeat it.
And then
7
there's a
and
s-
7.
and then there's 7 and 9.
7 and 9. Nice job. Okay. Okay. So we can now go to 8, right?
Yeah, so for 8, there's a 8 and 4.
8 and 4. Okay.
Eight and
Okay.
five.
Okay. I think 8 and 4. Okay, 8 and 5. Okay, yeah. 8 and 4 occurs just once. It occurs twice. Did you notice that?
Which one? 8 and 4?
Yes, 8 and 4. Have you seen it?
No, I don't see it occurring twice.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, yes, 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 yes. My bad. I was looking, I thought this last one here was
Oh,
8 and 4.
uh,
Okay,
uh,
no problem. That's fine. Okay, so it's just once, right? So we now have 8
yeah.
and 5.
Eight and
8 and
yeah.
5.
8 and 5 occurs twice. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what
Then
next?
8 and 6
And 6,
and
9,
8 and 7,
8 and 7. Okay.
and then for the last one, there's 9 and 0,
Hmm. Okay.
nine and
Uh,
one.
9 and 0. Okay. 9 and 1, you said.
Yeah,
Okay, next.
and then 9 and 2, and that's it.
9 and 2. Okay. Now, you know, one way we could verify if we've captured all the numbers, right? We could do a quick count. Do you agree with that? We
Yeah.
could do a quick. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so let's count our 10 and leave diagram. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now that means we have something left something out because I have 20 here and I have 21 in my diagram. So let's look at it carefully and see which one we left out.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I think I've seen the one we left out
Oh, 78. Yeah.
too much. You saw it too.
Yeah.
You saw it. Fine. So let me see if I can turn that 9 into an 8 and then put the 9 right beside it. Okay, nice. Complete. Okay, so that was a good exercise back then. All right, so you can do the others, right? You can figure out the median, you can figure out the mood. So what would that be?
So the mode would be 77 and
And
85.
85. Correct. Okay. All right. So what would the median be? Since it's an odd number, so I think this one is quite straightforward, right?
The
Divide 21
the median would
would be
be the
the
11th number.
number, correct? Correct. So that would be what? Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that would be this guy, right? Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So my just when I needed it, 30, 10 went missing. Okay, that's this guy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that would be 77. So that's the median. Okay, quite straightforward. Okay, all right. So
Wait, you see for the problem solving BI, would
mm,
it be 21 like the amount of ages there are?
okay, let's see. B1, it says on how many days was the stately home open? Okay, yes, yes. That's it. Number of days, yes. That would just be it. On how many days were there more than 70
So
visitors?
that would be
Okay, that
one,
would
two,
be,
three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It'll be 14.
yes, that would be 14. Exactly. Since it says greater than 70, yes, that would be 14. Would that be 14 or 13? I
It
think
would
it's
be
13. I'm quite,
it would
since,
be so
since
70. So that'll be
greater
one,
than
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
okay, yes, it's 14, all right. Okay, yes, greater than 70. Okay. The next one says the manager calculates the house needs at least 65 visitors each day to make a profit. On what percentage of days did it make a profit? So at least would mean 65 and more, right?
Yeah, so that'd be one, two.
So so I'm going to count from this guy.
That would so if that was 14, so it would be 16 this time.
Yes, thank you very much. It will be 16. Nice job. Okay, so if
So
it's six,
to
the
find the
percent
percentage, wait, would you do 16? Could you do this? So
over.
16 times 60 times 65 divided by 100.
Um, I think I would do this 16 over 65 times 100.
Because it would still be 10.5.
Well,
The outcome, no, 10.4. The outcome will still be 10.4.
if you do it this way,
Mm.
okay, because the way you had, I thought you said 16 times 65
Mm.
divided by 100. Okay, that's fine. If it will be the same, but I was just a bit um not too sure about the arrangement. So this is how I would have gone about it, right? The percentage of days that it made a profit. 16 days out of 55 days multiplied by 100 over 1. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, nice job with the problem solving there.
So it would be
Yeah.
10.4.
Yes.
Mhm.
10.4%. Okay. So, are you doing a screenshot? Do you want to
Yeah,
do a screenshot each of them?
yeah.
Because I'm
I've been
about to.
yeah, I've already done the other ones. So we
Okay,
can move on
fine.
to the
Okay,
pie
good.
chart. I think the pie chart is the one that I find the most difficult.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine. And pie charts are quite straightforward. I think I think the challenge most people have with pie charts is understanding the angles, the relationship between the angles and the numbers. But once you get the gist of it, it's quite straightforward. Okay, so let's
'Cause
take a look at this.
this one looks
It's
like this pie chart looks a bit easy.
okay, 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 okay. So we'll take it up from this to the next one. It says the pie chart shows the favorite musical instruments of some year seven students. Okay. So what does it say? Which is the most popular instrument? Okay. And how would you know? Of course,
It's the
the one that has
violin.
the largest is the violin. What fraction of students prefer the cello? Okay.
They
Now,
say, will the cello be 1/4?
exactly, exactly. That would be one
And
quarter.
then will the flute
Uh,
be 1/6 or 1/8?
1/8, because that would be
Okay.
half of a quarter. Yes. So that would be 1/8. Okay. And now the next one now goes on to say there are 32 students all together. Copy and complete this frequency table. So obviously, for the violin, we'll have 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We would have 16. For the flute, we would have 1/8 of 32. That's four, right?
So yeah, it would be 4. And then
Mm,
the cello would be 8.
eight.
And
Okay.
the drum would be 4 as well.
Okay. 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 All right. Did you call it a cello?
Cello, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. I was not too sure about the pronunciation. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's it for the frequency table. I guess we can move on to the next bit. Let me uh wipe that off. Okay. Okay. All right. So moving on. Sorry about that. I think I mistakenly clicked something. Oh, that's it for this bit. Okay. Like I said, I have another one for Python. Let me go to the second one I have. Um, pie chart, chart and just, what is it? Wait, um, hold on. Um, okay. I think that's it. Okay. Why is
You
it
can try.
showing?
I know a website that is good for math. You can
Okay,
try.
which one is
It's called Math. It's called Math Genie.
Math Genie? Okay, let's try that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And
okay, they have types or questions.
yeah, and you press enter.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, it's the first one.
Okay, this one.
Yeah,
Okay, let's see.
and then if you pick like I think if you pick Key Stage 2 revision, it will allow you to search up anything that you want to look at.
Yeah, okay, I see that. Oh, nice.
In fact, wait. Sorry. Just put Math Genie, not GCSE paper. I think that's why.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, I clicked on Key Stage 2 revision, right?
I think
So I
nah,
think,
I think it's because you put GCSE paper,
oh,
so
okay,
just if you enter just Math Genie.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Just put Math Genie. Not pass, just put Math Genie.
Oh, margin.
Yeah,
Okay, I should take out the papers, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And then
So
it's
which one was that?
the first one.
Still this one.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then look, and then if you go up, there's a search bar.
okay, this one.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, um, let's see. Hmm, okay. Hmm. Which one would match with your?
Um.
I think it's this one. Key Stage 2.
Yeah.
Okay. But they are mostly reasoning questions. Okay, okay. I think it's trying to load. Taking a while though. Okay. But they look like just reasoning questions, not like the real thing. Hmm.
Wait, go back.
Okay.
Go to the wait, go down.
Okay. Mhm.
I think. Oh wait, no, it's up. It's up. Sorry. Go
Okay.
up.
Okay.
It's that one, the one MAO.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Oh. Wow. Nice. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So. So I think this was what I was talking about, right? The
Mm-hmm.
link between pizza and the angles. So the question now is how do we get the angles? Really, most of the time you will be given the frequency and then you will now have to look for the angles. So the first thing you will do is what you did with, the time you added up those numbers and you got 40, right? So
Mm-hmm.
first things first, you add up the 10, 23, and 39, you will get 72, right?
Mm.
Now, the angle is now the big deal, right? So you are going to simply, can you see what they did here? They took each of the frequencies, divided by the total, and multiplied by 360. If you look at it, somehow it's kind of similar to what we did back there with the 65. That number over 65 times 100 over 1, the one that was asking us for profit, the number of days where they had a profit and stuff like that. So
Mm.
the only difference now is that one had to do with percentage. That's 100. While this one has to do with angles in a circle, which is 360. The total being 360, and of course, total percentage being 100. Okay, so um, this bit is quite simple, right? You can you can get through with this. I'm not too sure now if it's drawing the pie chart now that it's really your challenge. Is it the drawing of the pie chart or
No, I think
uh
I think the lines are already there.
yes,
Actually,
but yes,
never
do they
mind.
usually ask you to draw it or it's just the calculation you want to sort out?
Um, maybe both.
Okay. So do you have a protractor with you?
Yeah, it's in my what's it?
Okay, your math
Pencil
set.
case.
Your math set. Okay. Okay. So let me see. Hmm. It's usually a tip. I'm not too sure now how to start. So the thing is this, right? Um, if you wanted to start, let me see if I can do like a simulation of me using what do you call it? A protractor. All right. So just give me a minute. I may have to share my screen so that you see um what I'm talking about. Okay. So let's say um of course you already have a circle, right? And they say you should draw a pie chart in here. Okay. So let me share this so that you can see both questions and okay. All right. So the first one had what was the first one's angle? 50 degrees. And 50 degrees was obtained from this first calculation. 10 over 72 times um, um, 360 over 1. Okay. So um, now, can you help me confirm this? I just want to be sure. 50 degrees. It's actually 50 degrees, right? Hello, Mason, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, it's actually 50 degrees, right? 72 in 360 is 5 times. 5 times 10 is 50. Okay. Okay. So that's fine. Okay. So it's 50 degrees. Now, let's pretend we want to draw 50 degrees on this circle that we are given. So what I would do is to first find a convenient radius for myself. That's the first thing I would do. Okay. So
Mhm.
somehow I'll try and establish where the center of the circle is. Once I can do that, so this is what I'm going to do. And I want to believe they would also give us the center of the circle. They won't just leave us with a circle that they didn't tell us the center. Okay. So once I know the center of my circle, then what I would now do is let's pretend the center of my circle is there. I would use a ruler and draw a radius. Now, my aim of drawing this radius is not that this is most likely going to, well, at least this will be one of the defining lines, right? It's for me to know where to place my protractor. Okay. Now, the protractor looks something like, let me see if I can quickly draw one. Looks something like this. Now, if your protractor looks different from this, please let me know. This is the
Mm,
typical protractor I know.
okay.
It looks something like this. And then it has angles written all over, on this side, 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 on this side. So maybe if it will start from zero here, it will go all the way to 180 here, right? And then think there's also some angles in here, stuff like that. Okay. So if you had, I don't know if your own looks something like this, and then it has like a small circle here in the middle, where you can check a point out. Is that how your own looks?
Yes.
Okay, nice. If your own looks like this, which I have just sketched, you know what I'm going to do, and I have this kind of protractor. I'll simply take this area where you have that tiny what do you call it? That tiny circle in the middle. I'll make sure that that tiny circle lines up with the center of my circle. From the where I drew the what do you call it? The the radius, and then I'll make sure that that radius line matches exactly, okay, exactly the line for angle 180, or better still, you can make it to match the line for zero. Okay. Now, why did I make it match the line for zero? Because if I want to now get 50, okay, that's the angle for the first one, which is 50 degrees. I'll simply come to my protractor and read off 50. 50 should be somewhere around here. Half of 180 is 90. So 50 should be somewhere around here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you know what I'll do? I'll place a mark here, okay, and that mark, of course. Now, so my assumption now is that the radius was drawn on this side. So when I place my protractor and it will now fall somewhere on my circle. And let's say I drew the line here, I drew the mark in here, depending on whether it's bigger than the circle or smaller than the circle, wherever it is, it's somewhere going to be there. Okay, it could even be exactly on the circle, anyhow. Okay. And then when I'm done with that, all I now need to do is to use a line and connect that line to the center of my circle. And then that angle there is what? 50 degrees. So
50.
I've now been able to draw the first angle for the first. And once you get this first one, the others are easy peasy. I mean, like really easy. So let's say we've gotten the first one, which is 50. The next one is 115. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm now going to rearrange my protractor to stay somewhere like this, and you know, and then
Mm.
I'll I'll now I'll now count again from zero. Okay, because I've rearranged the protractor now looks will now be looking like this, because um I've rearranged it so that it will match. It will now. I'm no more using the first line I drew. I'm now using the line I drew for 50 to get the next one for 115. Did you get that?
Yes.
Yeah. And then that way, by the time I'm done, you know, the you know the pie chart will be out. So that's how we go about it if you wanted to draw it yourself. So whether it's the calculation bit or the drawing bit, it won't be much of a task for you anymore. Okay. So did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So um not, so okay, so yes, let's see. Let's take a look at the other questions. I think this one was just for you to get get to draw it. So let's let's see how the other questions will look. Um, so apart from pie charts, which other ones do you have challenges with?
Um, like it's like in a table,
Mhm,
like say like it says a school of 90 students ran a race, um
mhm.
and then you have to fill in like the missing gaps, and it says like total bronze year 7 won like let's say like 5, and then total bronzes from like year 70 and 9, like so total for both the year groups or something. I don't know how to explain it. But
Okay. Those questions, are they also around pie charts or
no, not really.
which
They're
which
basically it's basic. It's like a table, but it's in my test. Wait, let me
oh,
see.
okay, okay, okay. A
I think
frequency
it might.
table, right?
I think it. No, not a frequency table. I think it might be comparing data or something, or
Oh,
I don't know.
mm.
I'm not sure what it's called.
Okay. Do you have the exact question? Is this something you can do a screenshot of?
Mm, It's fine. It's fine. There's also. Let me just focus on scatter graphs.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you want us to take a look at scatter graphs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm, I'm not sure. I actually saw scatter graphs on this one, but I think I saw something like that with where I did a search. Um, hmm, okay. So let's do that search for scatter graph. Okay. 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 So let's take this. Okay. Okay. Are these the kind of graph? Um,
I think so.
okay. So essentially, right, the concept of scatter graphs has to do with the fact that the points, not all the points are on the line, right?
Mm.
Okay. 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 So let's see what kind of questions could come from this. Let's take a look. Let me start with the first one. So, here we go. Okay. The scatter graph shows some information about 8 cars. For each year, it shows the engine size in liters and the distance in kilometers. And the car travels on 1 liter of petrol. Okay. So what's the question? It says, what type of correlation does the scatter graph show? Okay, so do they would they ask you guys about correlation?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you understand the concept of correlation, right? When it's tilting towards the left,
Mm.
like this, it will be a negative one, and of course, the opposite will be positive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a different car of the same type has an engine size of 2.5 liters. So that means that's the amount of petrol it can take. Um, okay, so what's next? It says estimate the distance traveled on 1 liter of petrol by this car. Okay, so 1 liter of petrol would be if we paste it to the graph. Um,
Mm.
let's see. Oh, sorry, engine size. Sorry, engine size is 2.5. Sorry, not 1 liter. It's 2.5. So 2.5 is where you have between 2 and 3. And when you place it exactly to the graph, you have 11.1. That's how they got the 11.1. Okay, so I think for this paragraph, you essentially need to really understand the question and what the question is talking about. Um, so, okay. So you're good with that first one, right?
Wait, let me look at it one more time.
Okay.
Wait, can I read the question one last time?
Okay, sure, sure.
Okay, gosh, is 1 liter of petrol. Okay, okay. So,
So the 1 liter of petrol doesn't show up on the graph at all. What shows up on the graph is the engine size versus the distance traveled,
mm,
kilometers. Yes, that's what I was talking about, understanding what the question is really saying. So, initially I was almost close to thinking that the 1 liter was what was on the x-axis until I saw the actual label on the x-axis was what? Engine size, not amount of petrol used to travel. So those are two different parameters that I needed to straighten out, and thankfully I was able to separate them. And okay, so you're good with it.
yeah.
Uh, so let's see. Let's take a look at the second one. Thankfully, hopefully, the second one will present some form of variety that the first one didn't cover. The second one says the scatter graph shows information about the height and the arm length of each of 8 students in year 11. Okay, so here we go. Arm length is in centimeters, uh, 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 graph against height in centimeters. And this is what plays out. This one is a positive, obviously. Question is, a year student in year 11 has a height of 148 centimeters. All you now need to do is to go look for 148. And I think another skill one needs to be really good with is knowing what the scale of the graph is. You agree with me, right? The
Yes.
scale is really important because how would you know, for instance, where 148 is between 140 and 150? You just need to understand the scale. And in
Mm.
this case, I think you could say this one looks like a unit. Yeah, okay, that's it. Yeah. No, did you mark? I'm not sure you marked it properly. You need to check your mark again. You
Okay.
marked,
Wait, wait.
uh, you marked something else.
Let me zoom in more.
Okay.
It would
So can you
be
see where one? Can you,
148 is here.
uh,
This line,
now,
this line.
now, yeah. Now, maybe I think we need to straighten out something. 100, and establish where 150 is. This is 100 and sorry, my system is kind of acting up. It can't afford to act up now. Okay, so let's establish where 130 is. The way this graph is not too straightforward. But what I notice is the markings are right above the middle digit. Okay,
Mm.
so that means 140 is here, and that would mean that 150 is here. Did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
It's just directly the middle digit. So 148 will be where this line is. You
Oh
got
yeah.
that?
Oh yeah, even.
Uh, yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I thought it's because
And
that
you
black
know,
line was 150.
yeah, 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 exactly. I know it could be confusing because of the way it's played. Yes. Okay, so you just need to be really, really sure where your data is, or yeah, where your values are, and you're good. Okay, so it says estimate the arm length of this student, and if we trace that to the all the way to the graph, you'll see that it's somewhere here. And if we are to read this off, this is 80, and this is 90. So 80, how many squares are there? I want to believe this is 81, this is 82. Anyway, these things are not too, the lines are not too sharp, but it looks somewhere like 84, 85. Um, so I think the question even says it's 84. So yeah, the answer is 84. So, so yes, it's 84. Okay. So once again, accuracy in reading your skill, understanding your skill, and then going for the right um, mark on the graph, on the axis, so that you know where to take it off from there. Okay. There was no problem solving question in this one. I think this one can just trying to test um, your knowledge of how to get things off. But now, let me ask, um, just like I asked for the pie chart, do you think they will give you a graph, like an example of this, but without drawing the line and ask you to draw the line?
Like
You
the
think that,
box.
yeah,
Actually, yeah, I think so. To draw the line that fits it best.
uh, so can you do that?
I'm not
Do you know,
sure.
you're not sure, okay. Okay, so let's take a look at the first two weeks so that we can establish some facts about what exactly is the line of best fit for each one. Now, the line of best fit has to be one that um, is kind of in between, or I'll not say it's exactly in the middle, but it somehow there's somehow a balance, right? There has to be a balance somewhere where it looks like it's trying to do a balancing act. So some
Okay.
points would fall on the line. If I were to follow the text, um, this particular one, some points would fall on the line like this one and this one. Okay, both of them are exactly on the line. But then you will now see some that are close to the line, as close to the line as possible, where the distance, if you just gauge it by, you know, eye, with your eye, you will see that the distance between this one and the line, and the distance between this one and the line are kind of close, really, really close, right? The distance between this one and the line and the distance between this other one at the tail end here and the line are really close. Now, are there some ones you would call outliers? Okay, outliers are those ones that it just looks like they're on their own. They just seem to defy. the whole odds. They look different. Like I don't want to use the word outcast, but that's how they just seem to be on their own, look different. They may be the only one among all of them that looks different, but yeah, it could happen. So, for instance, look at this one. This one is not really an outlier, but if you ask me, because its distance from here is is kind of close to this one's own distance too, right? Now, an example of an outlier is, for instance, if the point you just see one whose point is somewhere around here, or one whose point is somewhere around here, and there's no explanation for why it is like that. All the others seem to be close to the line. But these guys are just on their own. Those ones are examples of outliers. And the fewer they are, the safer it is to ignore them. Okay. So you are good. If you are good with that, then you don't have anything to worry about. Okay, so you understand what I mean by outliers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So you did you also get the principle for how to know where to draw the line of best fit?
Wait, so would it be in between like
Hmm.
the dick?
Yes, it has to be in between. Some points would fall on the graph, some wouldn't. But those some that wouldn't, the line has to be in between them.
Okay.
So, okay, so let's look at the first one. Let's see if it follows the same principle that we talked about. And you'll see that it does follow. You look at it carefully. I think it does. Just take a critical look at it. See what I said about the distance between the point and the line. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So that's the whole idea. Okay. Um, if I were to go to the next one, let me see if there's anything that looks different. The scatter graph shows information about 10 apartments in the city. The graph shows the distance from the city center and the monthly rent of each apartment, obviously. Yes, and there we go. Now say what? On the scatter graph, plot the information from the table. Okay, so in this example, they already gave you a graph and they're now asking you to add some points to that graph. So um, um, they are not saying you should draw the line. The line is already drawn for you, but they're asking you to plot some points on the graph. Now, if you ask me, this particular question is simply testing your understanding of the scale, and you know, yes, I think it's basically testing your understanding of the scale. So, which one is on the x-axis? Which one is on the y-axis? So, if you were to do your own plotting, where do you think those ones will fall?
Wait,
Where do you
can
think they
you
would
repeat
fall?
that? Can you please repeat?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I said if you were to plot those 2 points, the ones in the table, where do you think those points would fall?
What? Wait, which two
Distance,
points?
look at them in the table there. There's a table there.
So,
Distance from the
so,
city kilometers, monthly rent.
so
Are you seeing it?
would it be so two, two would it be around here.
Okay, that's the first one now. Two and then 250.
So it's on the I put it on the two line and it's on the 250. Or do I have to do it? Wait.
Mm-hmm.
And then oh yeah, and then the
Now,
one
if
3.1. Sorry. I didn't realize that one. Oops. Wait, what?
250 is
Let
not
me.
halfway between 200 and okay,
Yeah.
so 250 is halfway between 200 and 300, right?
And then would this one be around like hold on, wait, let me use my marker.
Okay, go ahead.
Would this one say the- this one would be like around here, I think. The 3.1 at 190.
Okay, okay, all right. So yes, so those are the 2 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Okay, okay. This one is quite similar to the one that we saw before that. They gave us another table with 3 points that have their own equivalent values, and it says we should plot those information on the table, okay, to add it together. So I think that is also um, quite straightforward. Okay, so you agree with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. So do you feel more comfortable now with scatter graph?
A bit, yeah.
Okay, 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 okay. Would you like me to send you this PDF, or you'll be able to get it on your own?
Can you send it to me, please?
Okay, sure, I will. Okay, let me download it. Okay, okay, all right. So I'm not too sure. I remember family diagram, scatter graph. Okay, okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'll send it to you. I could send it to you on WhatsApp, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. I'll do that. I wanted to say, if we are, would you be good with us having our regular class tomorrow? Um, even though you'll be writing the test tomorrow, so that we can see if there's any other thing we could discuss as pertaining the
Uh,
test.
okay, you have to ask my mom so that
Okay.
uh so that she can know.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, okay. So I'll send you the PDF and the um yeah for both pie charts and scatter graph. I think that would be some good stuff for you to work with, just to complement. Yeah. Okay. So you got any questions? So something else you might want us to um take care of? Hello, Vincent. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. 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 All right. So, is there any apart from the pie chart and the scatter graph, is there any other one you would like us to uh I think we did some good work with the leaf stem and leaf diagram. Yeah, we did a good job with that. Okay. So yeah, yeah, good, right?
Yeah,
You feel you'll be able to ace the test tomorrow.
hopefully.
Okay. Okay. Well, uh, when do you have the likelihood of taking the test for science? Will that be anytime soon?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what's the topic you guys are covering now in science?
We're doing like chai.
Do you remember?
We're learning about the periodic table and like how it changed over time. Like people like I can't remember his name. People like that the Borina guy and something Wolfgang and how they changed the time and how they changed the periodic table.
Okay. 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 Hmm. Okay. Okay. That's more like um. Well, it gives you back a bit of history, and then kind of like yeah. Okay. So that's a bit of history and then a bit of chemistry too. Okay. All right then. So let's see. I'll talk to your mom and see if we'll be meeting tomorrow. So
Okay.
um, so in case we agree to meet tomorrow, but if plans change, I would really appreciate it if I get to know a bit earlier, so that would make me like modify my plans or something. I don't know. So yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. Uh, okay. All right then. I wish you success in your test tomorrow, and yeah, you know, enjoy the rest
Mm,
of your evening.
Uh, Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome.
Have a good night.